and we move on to J. Edgar Hoover. So here in 1933-34, Dillinger most notorious, but you had violent criminals, Babyface Nelson, Pretty Boy Floyd, Bonnie and Clyde. Well, we got Babyface, we got Pretty Boy Floyd and Bonnie and Clyde. We got Dillinger. Exaggerated accounts of Dillinger's bravado and daring and his colorful personality. Government demanded federal action. We always need federal action. J. Edgar Hoover developed a more sophisticated Federal Bureau of Investigation as a weapon against organized crime and used Dillinger and his gang as his campaign platform to launch the FBI. Organized crime. I mean, you want to see organized crime? I mean, seriously, look at this. But in any case, this is J. Edgar Hoover, and number 2 in charge is Clyde Tolson. And I'm going to show you who this guy is and who Tolson is. But before I do that, I'm going to answer the age-old question, was J. Edgar Hoover gay? Okay. Indulge me. This becomes a key point. So Hoover and Tolson, 2 very macho guys, no doubt. And here's J. Edgar. He's firing a machine gun with Melvin Purvis, the man who killed John Dillinger. Now, ignore the fact that I just showed you that Melvin Purvis is this schlub Bert Felstead. These 2 people are still really very macho. And here is Tolson over here and Hoover. They're in public. They're part G-men, they're part GQ. And, it's not gay if they wear different ties, obviously is the case. Here they're answering some questions for the commission. I'm not sure what commission, but it looks like somebody asked them an actual question and they don't know the answer. So, do we know the square root of 4, Mr. Hoover and Tolson? Do you know it? And no, we'll have to get back to you on that. And here they're answering some more questions. So this is pretty macho. Here they're dressed. This is just got to be my favorite picture of the 2 of them. They've gone to a photo shoot. They probably sit around for hours discussing what they're going to wear, and they've got these perfectly tailored outfits. White pants, French cuffs, perfect jackets. Obviously, they have to wear different ties that are not perfectly identical, and they have these damn smirks on their face. And it's a stage photo. These are two actors. He's actually a fairly big actor, and he's somebody else. I'll show you in a little bit. But these are all actors here, and it's a photo shoot. And this guy here I identified as James Mason. I know who this guy is, but I'm not 100% sure. He was the only one I thought might have really been a real FBI agent. Sort of looks kind of schlubby, but I don't know. He's got the white shoes on. Everybody else in the picture's a fake. So, and here they're macho. They're walking. They're pumping their fists here. Well, probably should have left this guy out of the picture. Like, who the heck is this guy with the pointy nose? He's Dick Jones. This is Dick Jones, or Dickie Jones. He was in Hal Roach's Our Gang comedies. And here's a picture of Dickie Jones with Hal Roach. And don't forget, I pointed out Hal Roach was Pretty Boy Floyd. So they have actors playing both G-men and then, Hal Roach playing Pretty Boy Floyd. But they should have left him out. Just, it's more evidence. And here they're dressed smartly for a night on the town. They're wearing tuxedos, and they look very nice in their tuxedos. And here they watch the fights. And they're snuggling up a little bit here. And you have to realize, again, it's a staged photo. They do this on purpose. There's an agenda here for doing it. It's not a random photo. This is not by accident that they're doing it. And here they're in the Wickermobile, and they're looting or chasing down bandits, and they want to get that into their sunroom. And again, there's no accident what's in the photo. J. Edgar Hoover playing backgammon. This is Tolson. I forget the name of this guy, but what is this? What is Hoover wearing on his feet? And, he developed the reputation for they use the expression J. Edgar Hoover wears a dress, and is he gay? I mean, is the question people ask. Here they hang out at the shore. They both have, and here they're hanging out fishing, which is a pretty manly sport. And J. Edgar's recruiting a new federal agent, offering him a package deal. Here they're playing tennis together. A blow Clyde Tolson's cover, his cover. That's what I'm blowing. And show you that he's Leslie Howard from Gone with the Wind. He played Ashley Wilkes. We have plenty of people from Gone with the Wind. You saw I have Clark Gable, who was W.D. Jones in the Bonnie and Clyde shooting hoax. And at the Berghoff, we have the female cast of Gone with the Wind with their mothers. And Clyde Tolson is played by Leslie Howard. He's got a couple of other roles. We'll see. And here J. Edgar Hoover nonchalantly says, I wouldn't throw Leslie Howard out of my bed for eating crackers. And mostly Clyde Tolson and J. Edgar just like to hang out and hold hands. I mean, again, I don't make up these photos. I throw in the jokes, but this is an actual photo of these two. So what's going on here? Was J. Edgar Hoover gay? And frankly, who cares? And I point out, like, who cares? I mean, we're 2013, and again, what's the big deal if he's gay or not? Well, it's important to know that because two facts. One, they live together like a married couple. So let me move forward. Actually, so whenever people work together and they're lovers, and they're essentially a married couple, it's better if they stay in the same job. So I'm going to show you who they are. They worked for Disney, and they stuck together, thick or thin. This is a married couple. They're both gay. The actors who play Tolson and Hoover are gay, and there's the gay agenda also. They're trying to promote that it's okay to be gay. Probably two of the most important people in the gay agenda, because again, it trickled down that Hoover was gay. You see him wearing those shoes. There's no accident. You see him holding hands, touching, no accident. And they are lovers, and they're close-knit. And this is the way when they're running these photo shoots and these scams or whatever it is, they want people from the same families together. You'll see later when I do L. Ron Hubbard how I identify them. And it's more comfort on the road, less arguments. They don't cheat on each other because they're always with each other. So it's a really terrific thing. Here, they need somebody. Tolson actually became number 2 first at FBI before J. Edgar got there. He was actually there first. But I guess they decided that it would be good to have the two of them together. So who are these guys? All right, so who are these guys? Who's playing J. Edgar Hoover and Clyde Tolson? Here's a photograph showing Disney employees, animators. This is being scrubbed off the internet. You may have a very hard time finding the original photograph out there, and the photo that I found was mislabeled. So this was from Michael Sporn's blog, and here it says Ken Anderson, Willie Reitherman, Bill Pete, Ken Anderson, Ham Lusk tussled during a story meeting for 101 Dalmatians. So yeah, these guys look real familiar to me. They're not Bill Pete, and they're not Ken Anderson. That is Wooly Reitherman on the left and Ham Lusk on the right. It's mislabeled, and now it's missing. I went back to look at it. So they talk about Ed Penner. That's how I was able to identify that this was Ed Penner, even though it was mislabeled. Ed Penner, a story man who had a great sense of story structure, was essential in making the stories of Lady and the Tramp and Sleeping Beauty, and it's replaced with a bunch of musicians that's not him. So I've properly labeled them. This is Webb Smith. Again, I've looked at enough pictures of these guys. Ed Penner was in the photograph. It was labeled, and I identify him in other places. And we have Hans Lusk. By the way, these aren't their real names either. Just an FYI. These are the studio names. And our two friends here in the center, Webb Smith, is Clyde Tolson, and J. Edgar Hoover is Erdman Penner, Ed Penner. And you can see the resemblance. You see the same nose, shape of the head, hairline. I don't know if they're putting little prosthetics in the cheeks or he's a little chubbier. Here the face is scrunched up, but you'll see we have more evidence in a little bit. And a couple of great pictures of Hoover with Shirley Temple, and another one, and we identified Shirley Temple earlier as the daughter of Joseph Goebbels, the niece of Walt Disney, aka Adolf Hitler. I'm not going to go through it. It's in somewhere in parts 7 through 11. But here the resemblance is very, very remarkable. You take a look at the guys, and you can see that this is the man who's playing Hoover. You say, all right, maybe slightly off, but let's move on. We'll look at a couple of others. But again, Webb Smith playing Clyde Tolson over here. And Clyde Tolson and J. Edgar Hoover, inseparable, as we saw in the Is J. Edgar Hoover Gay? And here they are on top of each other. They're best friends. They're lovers. And they're on top of each other, and they're fighting off Ham Lusk and Willie Reitherman. And you have the number 1 and number 2 person at the FBI being played by Ed Penner and Webb Smith. And we look for other pictures with Ed Penner and Webb Smith here. Here's a Disney studio, 1938. And how did I find this? Fortunately, it was labeled. And give me all the players here, and I can sort them out, and you find that in the back corner here is identified over here, Webb Smith and Ed Penner. So we make them a little bigger and compare them against Clyde Tolson and J. Edgar. Now, if I didn't have the other picture of Ed Penner to compare against this of Hoover, I don't think I would have figured it out. But here Tolson looks really similar to Webb Smith in this one, kind of sturdy looking with lighter color hair, same shape of face. So here, the Tolson one is very, very good. This Penner one, very, very difficult to find. And again, the gay agenda, he's got on this tie. I think it's a normal tie, but he's got it around his neck, kind of cravat style, and it points also Ed Penner with that little bit of flamboyance that he had. And take this one out. And this one, again, if I didn't have this picture with Ed Penner in it, I would never figure out. It would be really hard to figure out. I would have struggled with it, and I don't know if I would have been able to convince you that Ed Penner was J. Edgar. Here, it would have been harder with Webb Smith to see that this is Clyde Tolson. This one's much easier. Here's another photograph I dug up of Ed Penner. We'll try and pick up a clue here, but they put him in a nice jacket and beautiful pants. He's stylish. They gave him a little graying of the hair, and I doubt I would have figured out that this was J. Edgar Hoover from this picture. Just looks too much different. Here's Walt Disney, aka Adolf Hitler. Ted Sears was probably Peter Lorre. Here's Winston Hibbler. Winston Hibbler. Really, what kind of name? It's a combination of Winston Churchill and Adolf Hitler. So, really not funny. Whoever thought of that one. So we look at Interpol hierarchy.